Hi guys, Ancient Warrior, and welcome back to Prepping in Free America. If you like what you hear here, hit the thumbs up. And if you don't, well, okay. And if you want to know what I'm talking about next, then hit the subscribe button with the bell icon, and we'll tell you what I'm going to be talking about next. Folks, let's talk about misunderstood foods. Get a little drink of coffee here. I've been listening to other channels, and I'm always impressed when I hear people talking about stuff they won't eat. Guys, there's only two foods I may not eat, and that's going to depend. I don't know, I might even eat them. I'm not a fan of menudo, a Mexican breakfast soup, folks, for those of you that don't know, or Hispanic, Latin, let's go that route. There's something about it. And then the hominy that's in it, I can't eat hominy. For some reason, I can't swallow it. And I've been that way since a small child. But let's talk about the fallacy that's being spread around. I get at least 3 to 5 emails a week telling me about various food offers and why I need their freeze-dried foods. I am not a fan of freeze-dried, folks. Number one, it's way too expensive for most people. You know, I'm fixing to show you proof of what I'm talking about. I am also not a fan of MREs. If you're going to do MREs for every meal for a year, you're going to go bust. I'm going to give you some ideas. We're going to do some cooking videos. Oh dear God, a cooking video from the Ancient Warrior? Oh yeah. Ancient likes cooking. Ancient enjoys cooking. Ancient enjoys feeding people and watching them enjoy food. So back to what, let's get out of the craziness. So let's talk about misunderstood foods. I'm going to turn the camera to right over here. Right over here. There we go. And let you see what I've got on the table. Table of truth. And let's see. Okay, guys. I think everybody can see what we've got there. Good. Yeah. Now, I've told you I'm not a fan of freeze-dried foods or MREs, but yet I've got them. These go in my bag, my get-home bag. So let's start with the biscuits and gravy here. Biscuits and gravy came from Walmart. I bought it 2 years ago and it was about $8. A little expensive for just a meal that has 310 calories. Oh, and this is serving size for one. That wouldn't be a very good serving of biscuits and gravy because Ancient likes his biscuits and gravy. Okay, beef stew. I got it. Okay. Beef stew. And I do apologize for the light shining in, but gotta have it. Beef stew. This has 200 calories. And that's a meal for one. Oh, and that was $10. There you go, folks. Beef stroganoff. That is a meal for one at 260 calories. Now, I want to question something. Who among you, other than small children, are going to eat 260 calories and survive? Most of you will have to eat 2 or 3 of these packs to get enough calories for the day. And believe me, if you're on a trek to your bug out location, this is going to be tough on you because you got to stop and you got to heat things up. Unless you're like me. Now, if you're like me, I was fortunate. Years ago, I bought a coffee pot that plugs into the cigarette lighter of my car. And as long as I'm moving down the road and don't have, not jerking around real bad, I don't slosh any water anywhere. So, folks, these are not cost efficient. I looked this up. I've had this a couple of years now. The MRE, it's the cheese tortellini in tomato sauce. Not a half bad little meal. But when I looked it up online, and I looked at Amazon because that's one of my favorite shopping places, and generally you can find things a little less expensive there. That and eBay. $18. Now, let's see. 20, 38. Got $50 right here, basically, in MREs and freeze-dried food. Now, let's look a different direction. Let's see. I guess I didn't bring any. Okay. Hormel chili. $1 a can over at Big Lots. If I were to go up against the beef stew, I could almost buy a case of it. Black beans. Folks, they were 98 cents. For the same $10, I could get just about a case of that. One of the most misunderstood foods is Spam. God, I love Spam. I love Spam because I grew up eating it. And I had grandparents who told me, be grateful for everything you get, because there can become a day we don't have it again. They lived through the Depression. Now, it would take 2 of the beef stew for a case of this, and there's only 6. My mother really enjoys these little things. Snacks on the run. You know what? At 80 plus years old, she doesn't eat a lot. Same amount as the one pack of beef stew. Armored potted meat. Now guys, here's a catch a lot of you don't think about, and we're going to talk about here in a minute. Yes, it's processed food. And yes, you can get tired of it very quick. And yes, you can put it into an emergency pack and be able to eat that. So, with that being said, that was like $3 to go up against the stroganoff at $9.40 and $9.50. I could have got 3 of those, folks. Now, the really misunderstood food. Ramen noodles. And we're going to do a complete video on various ramen noodles. And there's a reason behind it. I like ramen. If you cook it the right way. Now, folks, ramen noodles, these ramens were never designed, read my lips, I can't see my lips, read my lips, they were never designed to be a standalone meal. They were always meant to be added to things. Chili, sardines, Spam, you know, regular beans. You know, guys, we have to use our heads. Now, buy a case of those for $9. Oh, by the way, there's 48 pouches for $9. It's about 17 cents a piece. Between 17 and 18 cents a piece. Now, here's one of the things my mom really enjoys. She likes it for breakfast from time to time. Now, we got the Royal brand, but I've used DAC and a couple of others. Folks, that is the food that you should be buying. If you want to carry this in the car, you know, carry the freeze-dried stuff in the car and everything, it's a great idea. Because, you know, stuff like this, it's pretty bulky. And it does take up a lot of space. One of the other things, you know, for the price of what you pay for one of these beef products, one of these Mountain House meals, you could have bought a case of Chef Boyardee raviolis or SpaghettiOs or and had 12 cans for the price that you got the one for. Now, I'm not opposed to you carrying, keeping some freeze-dried food, because it has its place. But as your main supplies, no. And when you look at these cans, these buckets they're sending out, you'll start noticing they have a lot of empty calories in them. Now, some of the things I've showed you, the Spam, the sardines, the royal ham, the potted meat, they have fats in them. And if anybody who's done much work outside knows that your body has to have fat. It has to have something to burn. Fat also keeps you from being hungry. So, with that being said, folks, remember folks, it's better to have this stuff and not need it than need it and not have it. And please, spend your money wisely. Go for real foods. You want to keep some of this kind of stuff in the side for emergencies? Great, please do it. But get real foods, real calories. Because one of the things I was going to point out to you on this one, total calories on this is 200. Total carbohydrates from this is 23. 3 grams of dietary fiber, 14 grams of protein. But it contains soy and wheat. And if you're one of those people who can't deal with soy or gluten, you're gluten intolerant, you'll have a problem with this stuff. So, with that being said, I'm the Ancient Warrior, and remember, it's better to have and not need than need and not have. I'm out.